and the Enigma, when they have Snowball and Bounce Strike. Yes, Bounce Strike is a pretty decent stun, at least for canceling the Enigma. You know, you can maybe if you're not Cat, you can stun him from far away. But holy crap! Like I am game 2, I wasn't so sure. I was like, it's 50-50. Game 3, I'm like, yeah, Alpha's draft is so much better.
Yeah, and once again, like I just don't see how this Timbersaw gets to do anything again. Like they have pretty good picks against Timber. Magic Burst, Magic pure damage percentage base, decent lockdown with reach. Part of me, like, he's decent against the Chen creeps, I suppose. Like, he can kind of just kill them at some stage if he's free to do that, but even he doesn't have, like, any lockdown to contribute to the team. It's kind of rough, man. I feel bad for Paradise. He's really, this time, what do they throw him to? They throw him to the bugs. The worst way to go.
To be honest, to be fair, it's not that bad. Honestly, Chen and Weaver against Timbersaw, you should be able to do you should have a good lane. I don't think this is as bad as the other two, not by a long shot. Paradise has no excuse in this game to have support net worth, you know? Like, Nada, you gotta be a core this time.
Well, I don't know. I feel like Afro might end up leaving him yet again, this lane.
Rises.
Yeah, he's fine, he's good. Unslowable, phased movement, max move speed. Yes, nerfed, sure, a couple of seconds since the last time we really saw Weaver every single game, but still quite heavily nerfed. Flea, he's not as lucky. He does not have an OP movement ability. He does have brown boots, and Afro slightly messes up here on the shards. He's given chase. There's no Orb of Venom, so Flea was going to make it out. He's even gonna, oh my god, this guy. What? He's going to die for this. Right? No, he makes it out. Now the dagger, the slow underneath tier 1 tower. He eats the tree behind him. He turns around. Some more ice shards. Bonus damage for Nico. They give him the kill. I can't believe it. He died to not level Avalanche, but instead to try and just like completely unabashed, unabatedly grab the bounty rune in front of 3 heroes. That was one of the most Giga Chad moves I've ever seen in my life.
Was this Giga Chad if he actually fails though? I mean,
yes.
I'm sorry. It is?
I think it absolutely is. He's in the team comms, so he's saying, guys, watch this, and then he dies.
I think at that point you turn on your comms for a minute like that, guys. Bingo, he's taking a few hits, but yeah, they're not gonna leave Paradise suffer as much in this game. And meanwhile, Imperium actually dies.
Dude, these Eidolons though, they've doubled. They might double again here, and one more hit. Oh wait, they don't double two times.
Yeah, they double only once.
That'd be crazy. Could you imagine? Just you always keep all the Eidolons in the lane?
It actually be a talent or like a shard. No, wait, I actually like the shard for Enigma. Yeah. The fact that the black hole sucks you in.
You give him the Hoover.
In the meantime, yeah, I don't think that Paradise should suffer. In the meantime, although he is losing a lot of health in the top lane, still no points in reactive armor because he's only level 1.
Yeah, and it's level 1 penitence, which you also don't see every day on a Chen. Sometimes you see this ability completely ignored. I suppose there with Rises, it is some use. Of course, it doesn't really do anything with Geminate attack, but just more ranged auto attacks with a hero that has got, you know, very respectful base damage for a range, especially 65. Ain't nothing to sneeze at.
By the way, the Paradise, he just got the salve delivered to him. By the way, he's actually got basically no regen. The salve will help out. Empyrean falls again.
Yeah, this lane's hard. Aaron as well, who jumps in every single time to be punished for that. Flea might have also gotten a toss back there, but Aaron definitely Phantom Striked in. We'll try to make a bit of a difference. Mid, Soul is finding it a little bit difficult versus the Monkey King. He did a thing that I see a lot, and I used to see it all the time, actually, in 731C. Hold on, actually, Aaron is just dead. Yeah, Avatos, see you later. That's a pretty major kill there. This off lane starting to really pop off for Monster and Flea now. As top rises, gets a Sakuchi off. And there's not really a lot of AoE damage they can look to do, so he lives. But mid lane, Ember did the thing where you like kind of don't block your wave. Well, Nico did block, so he let his creeps come under tower. He actually pulled the wave as well under tower on purpose using the aggro. So he's really destabilized the lane, and he's actually pulling it now. So really would like to avoid this Monkey King matchup as much as he can anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for Ember Spirit, you immediately have to go in close. And Afro Moosh dies instead. They almost got Rise, but turns out to go for them in favor. But look at the CS. Top lane is only. Ooh, can they get the kill? One more hit for Nico.
The tip. Yeah, he's losing a whole wave under tower here, actually. I think that's why he tips them. Afro's going to TP in, at least for a little bit of free experience. I don't quite know if this is a kill, though. Ice Shards were hopeful, but Flea's got the trees to go through. The trees over, not his allies. And Soul will continue to dive him underneath tier 2 tower, though. Is you know, that's you're going down a path I cannot follow, really, is what Nico says there. To quote the greatest movie literature of all time.
Oh yeah, for a second I was like, oh, that's Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Nope, that is Star Wars Episode 3, unfortunately.
What? You know what? Really? I'm pretty sure that Sam says something like that at the end of Lord of the Rings.
Does he? Actually, I think he does. I think you're right.
Yeah, he's like, Mr. Fro, don't go where I can't follow you.
Yeah, no, you're actually you're right. No, I was referring to Padme when she's dying of sadness.
You know,
Whereas Frodo and Samwise are having a moment, you know.
Hey, look, double tornado. That's a thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Paradise, is he gonna be fine? He's gonna get rid of the bugs, and is he gonna be?
Bonus attack, the damage adding up. Oh, Geminate under the tower, they get him. Makes a difference. Even the Blightstone and not making a difference there. Rice gets a kill. You don't see that every day.
It's unfortunate for the Timber Saw, but it's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. He's at least level 4 at this stage. Remember how he wasn't? No, sorry, he's still level 3 actually. But remember how it was in game 1 and game 2, so he's not suffering as much. Still 1k advantage for Alpha though.
Are you seeing Soul? Soul's like dropping items in front of Nico right now. Nico's not. I mean, I have seen Nico tilt in a couple of matches. Both in some streams that I've been watching where he's on the enemy team or even on the ally team, as well even sometimes in the games here. He makes some very aggressive moves which aren't always justified, perhaps based in fact. But he's not having it this time. Soul is not going to be able to tilt him.
Paradise going past the tower, sorry, just to stay alive. And Monster might actually be losing his life here. They did have to bring 3 people here, and that's an important kill. Aaron, his CS is not amazing.
Yeah, over on the other side of the map, though, they immediately look for Paradise. That Penitence does hit. Level 1, though. Rises isn't really going to be too eager to dive that. Underneath the tier 1, he's going to return to CSing. I mean, this has been like the series of denies, hasn't it been? Of course, Ember has 0. It's hard against a Monkey King, to be fair, of course. But everyone else is like, oh my god. I mean, you expect this of the Enigma, sure, but PA with 13 denies? 18 denies on Weaver and Rises? Like, what is going on?
Right, I mean, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, holy crap, this, everyone's gonna get low level. But meanwhile, Paradise, who's still level 3 in 6 minutes on the Timber Saw, is gonna,
no. Yeah, no. And, I mean, that's just painful because Soul otherwise has been having a pretty terrible game. In fact, Rises is level 6 before his mid laner is. Afro is gonna be hit by the Searing Chains. Here comes the Monkey King with a DD rune. That could be big, and it is big damage onto Soul as he is picked off there by the Boundless Strike, which gives Nico even more damage. They did at least get that second kill onto Afro. Pingu with a simple juke, not going to work against the Monkey King, of course, who cuts down a tree to get the kill there on the Pingu.
Yeah, look, let's take a second look at CS, by the way. Monkey King is 38 and 18 to the 12 and 0 for Ember Spirit. PA and the Enigma are kind of okay, you know, 27 to 18 to the 18 and 15. It's like, alright, you know, Enigma, you also got a couple of kills, so that's fine. Meanwhile, another huge difference is going to be the Weaver and the Timber Saw, 38 and 18 to the 11 and 0 of the Timber Saw, which, by the way, is still better than game 2.
Yeah, he got completely shut down in game 2. I mean, it's been rough earlier, but yeah, and that's kind of what my concern was. I just like, I think Dota's a little bit of a mental game. It's kind of momentum based as well between series, and just the way that lanes have been going for him. That's kind of why I was implying that. That was the storyline I kind of saw developing. By the way, this is a super deep dive. Yeah, we'll miss a kill onto Empyrean. Tier 3 tower. We don't care tier 3s. Delete it. They get through Soul just like that.
Nico has absolutely destroyed this Ember Spirit. I mean, when I feel like Alpha wanted to sort of be like, oh, put the Viper mid with Ember Spirit. They didn't care, but when the Monkey King came out, they just have no way of dealing with it right now. But Alpha does have much better team fight. They have better control, and they are up against Simply 2 base who have no way of dealing with an Enigma Black Hole or catching the Weaver and the Ember Spirit later on. So it's looking good for Simply 2 base, but they're barely even 1,000 gold ahead in the draft disadvantage, I'd say.
Yeah, but I mean, just look at the amount of space Nico's to play with as he takes down a Chen. I mean, it's This is going to start to get pretty ugly here. It's not, again, I mean, an incredible amount of denies, but Nico already starting to pull a really significant net worth lead. What it feels like out from this mid lane. Bottom though, Aaron in trouble. Malefice earned charges. They need a little bit more damage, and they'll have it there. Monster with the kill with the Eidolons, but Nico coming in big there with the bonus Jinku damage. Jumps into the trees. This will be Monster dying unless he doesn't actually even have a point to the black hole. So can't look to do that. I don't think this will be a kill onto Viper. Yeah, he's going to even salve just to make sure. It was close. It was pretty close.
By the way, remember in game 2 we had 5 cores, in this game we only have 4. Because, like, look at the Ember Spirit and the Timber Saw. Barely anything. Aaron's actually suffering a little bit against the Enigma because you can't do anything against the dice. You're always going to be getting a little bit less gold against Enigma no matter what you do. And dying like that definitely not going to help.
Yeah.
It's all on Nico, though. I feel like Nico's just the big playmaker of this game.
Afro's doing a pretty good job as well, I'd say. I mean, he's level 5 compared to Soul. He's even going to take the fight right to him. Oh, that's a big boundless strike. And Soul, Searing Chains, does catch a couple of heroes. Rises is here, making a bit of a difference. Already full Maelstrom that his courier is going to nobly deliver and then immediately die. Rises, good kill there. Nice little bit of time lapse. That's definitely a Weaver spammer if I've seen one. Nico now. That's going to need to get the heck out of dodge. Paradise is coming, but I don't know if they're scared of Paradise, to be honest. Flea surely isn't, as he sees his cousin Mud Golem throw a rock. He's thinking about doing the same. Instead, we'll retreat back up to the high ground, though, and tosses a creep to clear the camp. Haven't seen Flea really do too much this game.
No, I mean, but then again, they actually, what did he get, like 2 kills bottom lanes? Like, he got 5,
that's
1
true.
kill.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He's doing a good job against the PA, because PA, not the highest health pool hero in the early game against Tiny, who's well known for his burst damage. So Flea's been doing a good job. And yeah, PA did go for the orb of corrosion though, so it does beef her up.
Monster has black hole. They're just gonna black hole Aaron if they can. They have not picked her up yet because of Blur, and she makes it into the trees, breaks line of sight even if Blur did pop. A nice little bit of voice lines out from Aaron here to taunt a little bit as Pengu picks her up, but the push top lane here is going to continue unhindered. That is TOOBASED picking up the first tower here fairly easily without really much of a response from Alpha. Nico is very farmed, full Echo Saber, so he's quite tanky here as they send the Timber down bottom, which leaves Nico alone top. The Invis Flea here makes the jump quite easily. Rises doing some damage, needs some Maelstrom procs, needs them real quick, and will find the kill there with the Max Akuchi. Sold with a quick tip back onto Nico, is back over to the bottom lane. Alpha is sieging here pretty seriously. Paradise is going to try and tank the aggro here, but now Empyrean and Afro from the side looking for a kill onto Monster, who again has Black Hole. Snowball's going to prevent him from really doing much here, though. He's going to pop it, though. Nether Toxin and the break here is still more than enough damage to finish him off, and the Chen army doesn't really do much of anything there in the Black Hole, so it's simply just a kill there for the tower. Monster does get Vessel charges, I should say. He maxed Vessel, or sorry, he rushed Vessel, which is a little bit different from the basically rush Wraith Pact build we've been seeing on most offlane Enigmas these days. I wonder what his thought process is behind that. I guess they just like really hate Timber Saws, huh?
Yeah, I mean, right, just reduce his healing as much as you can. I thought the Black Hole was interesting that he used it, but then I thought, oh, Chen literally reached level 6 just a second after, so maybe they were thinking, oh, if we can get the Black Hole kill, he can get his ultimate and save the Enigma. It didn't work out that way, but it's very interesting. And I'm thinking, oh, they do get... Nico gets another kill on Fleet.
Oh, and here's Paradise. He's in trouble. Oh, nice job there on the Hurricane. They push him back. Monster knows immediately where he's going to. He's there in time to reapply the Vessel charge. Literally 0 healing, but the Timber Chains. Nope, he's going to take down top lane. Oh, okay. To punch onto the Courier. It did deliver the items? Did you see if it delivered the items or not? I didn't quite catch it.
I mean, if he doesn't have anything on him, right? I think he was gonna get his what's it called, Dragon Lance. So no.
Yeah, could be.
It seems like he should have, with the amount of gold he has, he should have a Dragon Lance.
I don't know.
Right?
This is something I've been wanting to study. I want to be like a StarCraft player when they scout enemy bases and go, "There's 100 minerals missing here. They must be," you know, like those guys are crazy. I want to be like that.
No, I would say that there was something on the courier.
I think it kind of looks like it. 7K, Maelstrom's pretty. Like, I just don't know off the top of my head. I think you might be right though. I think you might be right.
Well, you know what? We can let Twitch chat. Oh, no,
the point on Flea, and they're gonna put that to use immediately versus Empyrean. That might be enough for the tower here. with Monkey King as strong as he is, they might look to mount a defense, but he's probably much more comfortable fighting with Orchid, you know, given that you actually have a way to cancel Black Hole. So Alpha continuing to push. That being said, they actually don't have Black Hole, and they see a Timber Saw, and of course, I mean, you just have to kill a Timber Saw, right? Like, those are the rules. Alpha, they didn't write it.
Well, they might be going for a bit too deep for it, though. Did you get the stun up on this Onso as well? Oh,
he's got haste. He's out of there. In the meantime, Monster is going to be kiting out Nico, the Hand of God, as well, healing up Monster quite a bit. The Hurricane actually pushes him towards Monster, not like it does much, as Rises gets the kill. Flea with a kill onto Nico. Monster, I think, makes it out alive. That's the Hand of God change that they actually made to Chen, which along with the jungle puffs actually that they gave, which I guess weren't a direct buff to Chen, but indirectly buffed to Chen, they doubled the heals on Hand of God, I think at the start of 731 or something. Huge buffs to Chen. That's the entire reason why Enigma lives through this fight.
Yeah, because you do get a heal over time.
Yeah, you get the heal over
well.
time. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
that's and they made Mech super cheap, right? He's got that item online now.
Another thing that was that mech used to cost like 250 mana, which was such a crazy amount that they kept reducing the mana cost. I mean, the heal increase was like 250 to 75, which is nice. You know, it's 10% more, but it was the mana cost. Like, what was it, 250 or 200 is just way too much. So
yeah, it used to be crazy. Like, I remember back in the days, like, you could not get mech on a hero with 4 actives. Like, it just wasn't viable. Like, you'd be playing Lion or something, and you'd be like, hold on, guys, I used all my spells, and now I need to mana drain them so I can have mana to use mech. Give me a 5 seconds. Like,
yeah, mech at one point was just too much. Like, it was way too much.
That's a good point.
And
I always forget about those days.
one of the things I'm looking at for Alpha Simba 2 base is that I wonder if Simba 2 base have enough damage to take fights right now. You're up against Chen with a mech, and will we see Wraith Pack coming out anytime soon?
Well, that's a good point, right? Because Aaron's not going Deso. There's only the Orb of Corrosion on the Monkey King, and one on PA, I suppose. But it's Battle Fury PA. It's Orchid. Maybe with the Soul Burn, you've got enough damage.
Oh, well,
they killed Timber.
This is not his series. I don't know if we get him for an interview, do we actually say anything? We're like, sorry, man, we're kind of mean to you during the cast, but he is just not having a series.
Maybe this is one of those games where like the offlaners, they like secretly love what's going on because he's creating a lot of space. Like, Aaron has been completely unbothered this game for the most part. He's taking 2 deaths, but I think those were both in the lane. Oh, that pick inside Alpha are like, they're going to high ground right now? What?
They have Eidolons, they have Chin Army, they have a big heal coming up.
Yeah, these Eidolons almost doing DD here as Flea G's just in. He wants Empyrean, is not going to get him. Actually disappears off the map there for a hot second. And I mean, that's half tower damage. It's significant. Is that worth the life of a Tiny?
I think so. Honestly, yes. I don't think they have any problems because remember before this they also took the tier 2 tower. So it's like this push when they were all together. Like, yeah, we gotta get something before we all split up. And you're saying that Timbersaw is making space, but if you die next to an objective the enemy wants, is that really space?
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. It is. I mean, it gives free reign to Aaron in that sense, right? Who is going for Battle Fury, right? So this is like a very vulnerable period for him, is what I would counter with. But like, I definitely see your point.
I mean, it's like if Paradise was dying on the dire side of the map, like next to their outpost and tier 2s, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's space. You know, like yeah, you bring back to people. But he dies next to his own tier 2, which they take 10 seconds later, along with the outpost. I'm guessing it's not really doesn't really feel like as much space.
Well, at least he's drawing enemies away from Aaron. Aaron can be happy for that, as Battle Fury is now on the way. 16-minute Battle Fury with full treads, full wand, and compared to half wand, I guess, and full Orb of Corrosion upgrade. So it's not the latest, right? I think it was a 13-minute Battle Fury in Game 1, which is like perfectly, I would say, good. It's an adequate PA timing, nothing crazy. 16 minutes with the upgrades, it's fine.
And he'll need it though. Like, he is quite a bit behind Rises, who is insanely fun. Like, not just like for carrying Jinna, but on a Weaver, who is not a hero that, you know, typically has amazing farming speed. He's very good, but just I don't think he'd be that far ahead.
Yeah, and he's going Gleipnir, which is a fun item. 250 damage on cast, pretty expensive to cast. I believe it's got a fair mana cost. I don't quite recall off the top of my head. So you can't really spam it, long cooldown, but you can cast it into Fog. You don't need it's not targeted. It's got a huge, generous AoE. And that means you can catch Monkey in the trees as well. And because Monkey is not going BKB, he's going to finish up this Orchid and then still have BKB fully to be completed. He is like going to be pretty vulnerable to this. This is maybe problematic.
Yeah, it's like we're not going to see BKB in the next 5 minutes, or if not longer. And we already said that Weaver's pretty good just for the Swarm. And now if you miss the Swarm, you have another Glyphnia, which I think is actually faster than the Swarm when it comes out. So you have 2 options to catch it.
For Sages, yeah, for Ryze is very easy there. No real effort to contest was made. Simply TOOBASED simply don't have the items. And Alpha, like with this Aegis, I think they almost certainly, they probably push mid tier 2, and they just go right back bottom, I bet. Bot wave is pushed out though. Paradise at least doing a pretty good job there. So perhaps mid lane is the lane of choice for Alpha. A little bit more risky, more avenues for you know, being attacked there. But I just don't think base are ready to fight. There's Orchid at least and a Vlad's online for the team, but not a whole lot else at this stage.
Yeah, and the thing is, team fight's just gonna be a problem. You know, again we go back to it. What exactly cancels Black Hole? It's going to have to be the bounce strike, or if you can get the snowball, that's great. But in general, it's just going to be a bit tough. And yeah, there's just the ice launch. Chen hasn't come in with his zoo yet. Once they do, oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, and the damage is significant as well. I should add. What aura is given that pack leader? Oh, they got pack leader aura. Yeah, which works on the neutral. They've got the rally as well on these skeletons. Hell yeah, boys! Get in there. 3 damage. I thought it used to be 2 damage. When did this get? I thought it was 2 damage bonus. Oh my god! I mean, the barracks are just dead, and there's just no option to fight really. A good move by Alpha is really that they've got TOOBASED and a bit of a vice grip. I mean, if you fight here, you almost certainly lose the fight. This Enigma is terrifying still. We haven't really mentioned him. Oh, by the way, that's Ryze is just killing Aframoosh. Again, 250 damage on cast for Gleipnir. Sorry, 220.
But yeah, the blink dagger on the Enigma just prevents them from doing anything. Yep. They are gonna go. They go mid. For simply TOOBASED, they're looking at the PA. They're like, we need you to get BKB, but it's not gonna solve the Black Hole problem.
No, they need Basher. Gleipnir as well is gonna find Nico. The silence though is gonna allow him to get off the Wukong's command, but flees in with the magic damage, and that's a kill as easy as they come, really.
This game really turned on its head, didn't it? Like in the laning stage, you remember how Nico was absolutely destroying Soul? And we're like, Nico's just going to run around the map. But it didn't make a difference because Alpha's draft is just so much better.
Are they thinking about going mid? I don't think they don't have backdoor though, which is problematic. I mean, the chip damage is significant.
There is a glyph on the Radiant side, so you know that gives you a few seconds.
And there's a creep wave punching at the tier 2. I mean, there's no other move to make right now. Pardon me. Alpha were like, well, that push bottom was really easy. We can just force him mid. Monkey doesn't, you know, there's only one direction he can approach us from right now. He is definitely still jungling. Monkey doesn't have ulti. That's the one thing that he did use. Yeah, there's the fortify. No counter fortify will come because they don't have one actually for Alpha. So for now, they will spare the tier 3 tower as Flea in a bit of trouble. The mech heal, though, is way too much. The Flea still in the fight as Monster is going to tear down an entire forest. Black Hole Blink here is going to catch the 2 heroes. That's going to be an additional 2 dead now. One buyback already off from the Tusk, but things starting to look very desperate for TOOBASED. They are really just 1 or 2 deaths away from losing this entire game.
The only thing you can say that's positive is that at least Black Hole is down, so if they are going to take a fight, they just call it. Pierre just calls good game, and that's it. Oh wow! I mean,
Soul with the GG and the smiley face as well. I mean, shout out to Soul for being a champion through that early game. That was not an easy early game to live through.
A bit of a whimper on game 3. I mean, game 1 was like, man, simply TOOBASED came on. They were like